I'm going to warn you right here, right now. The dark side of sororities and fraternities is going to get real ugly real fast. I am traumatized from doing this research, and my son will never join a fraternity because of it.
Well, how about you in a sorority?
Yeah.
Abby in a sorority.
Yeah, I want to, not only do I want to believe, I know these stories are far and few between, but how I do my quote unquote research is, I put in sorority scandal, fraternity scandal, sorority, hilarious, crazy, insane, like all those things. And there were some recurring stories that popped up. Obviously, the very morbid and sad ones we are not going to share here because that's not what this segment is about. While some of these are jaw-dropping, they're not going to be of serious nature. Yeah. And there's definitely some serious stories out there when it comes to like what sororities and fraternities do, especially when it comes to hazing.
And I think you have to remember, if there are 100 fraternities, 2 of them are doing everything by the book. Just all
right, so our first story, I'm giving a trigger warning because there is some animal cruelty involved.
Oh, no. Can I leave?
Wow, this is how we started.
Can we skip this story?
Remember the show on MTV, Fraternity Life? I do not, but there was. They filmed at my school during my junior year. I think it was 2003. I was in a sorority that hung out with the frat they chose to film. I woke up one morning after a frat party that had been filmed to a call from someone in the student life office asking me if I knew anything about a koi fish being stolen and if Greek life was involved. I was hungover and clueless, but said I would ask around and get back to them. Now, more than 10 minutes later, one of my roommates burst into my room and yelled at me to say nothing if I received a call from the school asking about a missing fish. What? Turns out the night before, a 20-year-old koi fish had been stolen from a campus pond. For those of you that don't know anything about koi fish, they are very expensive, especially old ones, like $15,000 expensive. It had been fished out by 2 rakes, stolen from a custodial closet.
Oh, no.
Guess who had keys to that closet as a part of his campus job? A member of the fraternity. After the party, the pledge educator of the new frat members being filmed made the pledges, head to campus, and steal the fish. It could have ended there, but it didn't. They then were told to barbecue the fish and were forced to eat it.
Wow.
Oh, and all of this was filmed by MTV for the show.
No.
People ran their mouths, and the guys involved ended up getting caught and turned in, but not before campus became a frenzy of anti-Greek protest and angry students spray painting koi fish all over campus sidewalks with the words, "Avenge me." MTV was subpoenaed for the tapes, and thanks to the video evidence, the main 2 frat members involved ended up going to federal prison for grand theft since the fish was worth so much money.
Whoa. Wow. You know, these dudes didn't have any clue. They just thought it was like overgrown goldfish or something.
Which koi fish can live up to like 200 years old. They can live, and it was 20 years already.
I know. All right, next. A fraternity on camp. This one involves animals, but it's not as bad, okay? A fraternity on my campus got in trouble for hosting turtle races in their basement. Not due to animal cruelty, the turtles were surprisingly well cared for. Not due to gambling. It was actually legal in our state. Not due to being over capacity, though the fire marshal may have argued against about that. But due to 6 brothers contracting salmonella after kissing their winning turtle. No. It was literally treated as a public health hazard.
I probably would have done the same thing.
Oh, man. The 3 sisters, time for the ladies to have a little turn in the spotlight.
Thank God.
The 3 sisters of Kappa Delta Phi at the University of California, Santa Cruz were arrested in August of 2016 after multiple members were implicated in a campus-wide drug ring. The sisters, along with brothers from the school's Lambda Phi Epsilon fraternity, reportedly mailed $100,000 worth of MDMA to their campus homes in an attempt to sell it.
No. This does make some sense. I don't know if they're still named this, but their school mascot, like it would be Florida Gators, they were the banana slugs.
Who was the banana slugs?
No, Santa Cruz.
They're the banana slugs?
They used to be. I don't know if they changed their name or not, but it was the banana slugs. Yeah.
It needs something with a little bit more fervor.
Another story. I witnessed a contest between two teams of pledges to see who could find the most roadkill in one night and deliver it to the doorstep of a rival house. At least these animals were already deceased.
Right.
Sierra M. Windsor was a 21-year-old student at Washington State University, a member of the Sigma Kappa sorority, and a coke dealer. An informant had been providing detectives with information about drug dealers in Pullman, Washington. The informant mentioned her name on the list of low-level dealers, and a sting operation was set up. The informant wore a wire and went to meet with Windsor to purchase cocaine. She had no idea the informant was bugged and completed the drug transaction. When the informant set another meeting with Windsor to buy more cocaine, police arrested her on felony drug charges.
Oh my God, sounds about right.
I think this one, it's... I don't want to say we expect it, but it won't be as shocking. The former recruitment chair of a so-called top-tier sorority on campus leaked documents that showed how their chapter rejected girls on the basis of their looks. They ranked girls on a scale of 1 to 10 based on how conventionally hot they were. In her expose, she said a 10 was ideally beautiful, thin, silky hair, great style, and an appealing face. And therefore, we want her in Beta Delta. And a 1 would mean she is definitely not pretty enough to be in this chapter. Before recruitment began, the sisters would sift through Facebook profiles, which wasn't allowed, and give the girls pre-rankings. They also ranked existing members so that the sorority 10s would meet potential 10s and 3s would meet 3s and so forth as far as the whole recruitment went.
Not shocked by this at all.
I was just talking to a friend yesterday who has a friend who's obviously younger, and she said the way that they judge girls' looks is they'll pull up the photo on like a big projector screen, and if she's blonde and she's cute, they're like, okay, cool. But then they go, okay, now picture her as a brunette. Is she still as pretty? And if they say no, they reject her.
Come on.
And I was shocked when I found out what house it was because they were known for being Bible thumpers.
This was in Florida?
Yes,
Oh, really?
this was 2 weeks ago.
I would expect this at Ole Miss, where everybody's blonde. But not in Florida.
Lastly, I was pledging a fraternity my freshman year. We were at an off-campus house when the older members said they had something planned for another member who had lavaliered his girlfriend. Suddenly, a group of the guys grabbed the guy, held him down, tied him to a chair. They took him out in the backyard and told him why they were doing this. They proceeded to dump 2 large buckets of a substance over him. The smell was horrendous, and I asked what it was. I was told it was 2 weeks worth of feces, urine, vomit, and other bodily fluids contributed by the members of the house who lived there.
Nope.
The Bert Show.